Okay, we're going to look at how to use this outline to help make our literary analysis here. So we've got the outline, we've got topic sentence poem one, and we're going to look at the topic sentence first. We're going to look and see, okay, what literary devices am I going to use? And what you need for this is your dual entry journal and your biography thing. Because those are going to be the major ones. So we're going to look at the topic sentence and we're going to put in the name of the poem. So in this situation, we have the rose that grew from concrete. And I might have to go back and look and see, oh, by Tupac Shakur. I might have to look back and see if the that and the from should be capitalized. I'll have to go look back. And then I'm going to look for what literary devices am I going to look at. And I'm going to go with personification, and I'm also going to go with symbolism. So symbolism and personification are the two literary devices I'm going to use. And that will be what I put for A and B on this outline. Then I've got to show what is the author's theme here. Okay, so I'm going to show how people can, how disadvantaged people can grow to become successful. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm going to have. How disadvantaged people can grow to become successful. That is the kind of the theme of the poem. So, poem one. I don't need to put anything on there, so I'm going to put the literary device. And since I did symbolism first in the topic sentence, I'm going to put symbolism first for my first part of this paragraph. Then I'm going to go back and look and see, okay, what symbolism quote am I going to have from this particular video? So we're going to do a rose that grew from a crack in the concrete. So we're going to go back to our outline. We're going to take out this, and basically we're going to have our evidence that we're going to put in here. That is the rose that grew from a crack in the concrete. And then we're going to fix it so it looks pretty. So we're going to take that down to, I think 9 or 10, something like that. And then we'll make that look really nice. So that's the first part of that. That's the easy part of this. Afterwards, you have to actually analyze it. So we have symbolism. A rose is something alive that has grown, even though it has had challenges. And the concrete are the challenges that the rose faces. So we've got symbolism, and we've got a nice compare and contrast symbolism in here as well. And they're very difficult. The concrete represents difficult challenges that people seem to have, and that's why we have the symbolism in here. Concrete seems impossible to overcome. That's another part of it. And then I'm going to think about how does this make the poem better? How does this make the poem work? And I might go back and look at, the biography of authors. Tupac began his art career as a rebel with a cause, articulate and relevant travails and injustices endured by many Black Americans. The boundaries between his art and life became blurred, and Shakur faced legal problems and jail time. And his neighborhood was riven by crime. Riven? I think it was like riddled by crime. And so author came from a neighborhood full of crime. Many people probably didn't get out or didn't get to overcome those challenges because of the concrete, but Shakur did. Okay, so we're going to relate this back to the author, why the author might have used this. Rose would symbolize Shakur and himself as he became famous and successful. And the concrete would be the poverty that he overcame. And many other people had to overcome this particular poverty. So I'm thinking about, how does this symbolism relate back to the author? Why does the author use this? And so, okay, now we're going to go on to personification, because we have a lot of stuff here. So second literary device used is going to be personification. And then we're going to give an example. And so we're going to take that out there and we're going to copy and paste an example. I like the idea of the rose learning to walk without having feet. That's a really cool one. And so learn to walk without having feet. That is going to be the piece of evidence that I'm going to use in this situation. Oh, I need to make sure I cite my biography.com. I'll do that at the end. That'll be part of the outline. And then I have to go back and do my explanation. So I'm going to come down here. I talked about personification, learn to walk without having feet. And now I have my explanation here. And I'm going to sit here and think about how this worked. The rose learned to walk. So that is a personification. And which is a human characteristic, learning to walk. So we talked about why it's personification. Then the walking stands for the ability to get away from the poverty and challenges, even though the rose doesn't have feet. Feet would symbolize basically the ability to be upwardly mobile or the ability to move. And also the advantages that other people have who are not in poverty. That's an important one. Okay. And then Rose learns to walk, became successful. So the rose would become successful, and that is without middle, upper class advantages. That's what that's going to mean. So basically what we have here is we have poem number 1, symbolism, and then we have poem number 1, personification. And those are the two things that you're supposed to do for your outline. And you have your outline partly done. So thank you.